Hello, welcome to the Amy Leisner Show. Today we are going to be talking about the VIP sales page in a day, VIP day experience. So I said that very poorly, but one of the services that I offer my clients is a VIP day, which means you're a very important person, and I'm going to write your sales page for you. So I wanted to kind of talk through what that looks like. It's one of those things that it's like VIP day is a very industry jargony kind of thing where if you're in online marketing or you're an entrepreneur, you might know what a VIP day is already, but I don't want it to be something that we throw around this term, assuming that everyone knows what it is, when in actuality, people are like, what is that? And then they just scroll on by. So I'm going to walk you through what my VIP day that I offer looks like, and the service I am providing for this specific VIP day is sales page copy. So this is for coaches who are launching a program and need their sales page written. It's a very important part of the launch process. It's an important part of your funnel. Recently, the other night, my husband's like, what's a funnel? I was like, what? I thought everyone did that. So if you don't know what a funnel is, it's just the path that you take your your prospective client down to get to that purchase decision, right? Funnel has gotten a bad connotation because a lot of people, especially in the coaching industry, are like, you can sell out your programs without complicated funnels, which is entirely true. But also let's not demonize funnels themselves because they're just kind of part of what we do in marketing. So your sales page is like the landing pad, I guess, where people can go learn more about you, learn more about your program. It's where you're going to direct them in a lot of your marketing. So in emails, you're going to direct them to the sales page. The term landing page and sales page are interchangeable, and I apologize if I flip them around because I've worked in agencies that use both. So I'm going to try to stick to sales page, but if I say landing page, it's the same thing. So sales page in a day, VIP day is what we're going to be going through today. I just have to do a quick life update in here right now and acknowledge some people. And those are moms who also have their own business to run, specifically providing a service, like creative service providers who are maybe solopreneurs and they have clients that they tend to on a regular basis, and also little humans that they tend to on a regular basis. Sometimes those little humans get sick and it throws off your whole game. That's what happened to me this past week, and it was very stressful. I didn't cry. I almost did. I almost had a breaking point and cried because there's just this externally, we need to get our work done so we get paid. We also need to feed our children, keep them happy, keep them safe, keep them provided for, keep them feeling good, give them extra love and hugs and cuddles because they're not feeling well. And then internally, I'm feeling guilty that I have to push off this meeting, but then I'm feeling guilty because shouldn't I just mother's instinct automatically only care about the, health and well-being of my child, but then I'm no, I get to have both thoughts and both emotions. They're all okay. So if you're riding the struggle bus right now, going through something that's throwing you off your game as an entrepreneur or as a business owner, just want to let you know you're not alone. I went through it this past week, and it sucked. Little kids, toddlers being sick, it'll just break your heart. It's the saddest thing. And then I look at this. I color code and write out my schedules on a Sunday, and just looking at that and seeing that it was thing after thing was not getting done and getting pushed to the next day. It was hard. Also, to anyone who has what I have deemed a micro family. So we have a small family. It's me, my husband, and my daughter. And that's it. I'm an only child. He has two older half brothers, but they live in Pennsylvania. So most of his family's over in Pennsylvania. We're in Southern California. Most of my family's in Wisconsin. My parents are in Arizona. And it's just there's no oh, the baby's sick. Can aunt whoever and uncle whoever come, or can grandma just come for the day and watch her so I can get we don't have that, and we're not alone. There's other people out there too, single moms, whatever. So if you are really doing this thing with just a minimal support system, by this thing I mean having kids with a minimal support system, and it's you and maybe your partner, and maybe like my daughter goes to full-time Montessori preschool, which praise the Lord for that, because they are the best and I love them so much. And I love that she has like a family created there, which I'm so grateful for since we are such a small family. But I guess my point is just that the term mompreneur is, I don't like that word. First of all, it doesn't sound nice. It doesn't roll off the tongue, but it is a whole other category of entrepreneur when you add in having kids. So I just want to shout us out and remind you that you're doing a great job. Keep up the hard work. Keep up the great work. Do something for yourself. Treat yourself. Today is my free day Friday. So I went and got my nails done. I canceled all the calls I had today. I was going to like catch up on some stuff, cancel that, got my nails done instead. I'm still catching up on some work from the week, which I think I'll do a whole podcast on 4-day work weeks because I'm just such a proponent. But thank goodness I have this day because I was just like regular for me stressing out this past week about getting behind on client work and all that stuff, where it would have been a million times worse probably if I didn't have this whole day as a buffer to catch up on what I needed to catch up on. And thank you to whatever angels are the fever breaker angels, the angels who break fevers and make your children feel better. Thank you to them because my daughter's back at preschool all day today, pending a surprise phone call. Those are always fun, right? Okay, so let's talk about the VIP day experience with me to write your sales page. So you'll want to keep listening if you're a coach, if you're someone who is selling something and you need a sales page written and you're in a place of ready to invest. You're ready to invest in this experience. It's a VIP day. It's a 4-figure investment. So, and I say that because I want all purchase experiences to be like a nice feeling, energetic exchange. So I would say as a precursor for my specific VIP day, at least, the thing you are selling from this page is probably going to be a higher ticket item. That just makes sense to me. That makes the investment like easy, like duh, like I would sell one course or program or whatever you're selling, or I would sign on one new client for this mastermind I'm doing and I'd make my money back. Like that to me is like a really easy decision. So these are all conversations we would have way later, but I just wanted to get that out there because I know pricing is always like the black sheep in the room or purple cow or beauty sparkly uniform, pink hippo, whatever the term is. So I just wanted to say that right off the bat. So when you decide that it is time to take writing your sales page off your list, because I know a lot of you put this off to the last second. And how do I know that? Because I've been on call after call after call with clients who I say, okay, what is your dream timeline to get the sales page written? And they say yesterday. Okay, let's stop doing that. Let's just accept the fact that we procrastinate things because we don't want to do them. And that's why we put them off. But then the more we put them off, the more we're just feeling guilty and it's like weighing down. So instead of that, an option is to know going into your launch prep phase, when you're creating all your like promo content, that the sales page is going to be done by someone else. And that can really be your starting off point for the rest of your content because the sales page is so cohesive and so well researched and like written specifically to get in the head of your client, your dream customer. And then you can repurpose that content for tons of other marketing materials for your launch. So it's a really nice place to start off. It's like a home base for the whole launch because like I said, that's where you're sending people to learn more about your program. So I just think it's a beautiful place to start. It's also a great place to like set the tone, like the branding tone you're going for with this launch, to establish your colors, your look and feel, your voice and tone. All those things can kind of come together on your sales page, your landing page. And then that's also a great resource for your team. If you have a team who is helping you create content for your launch, they can use that as like kind of a guiding light. Like, here's what we're going for. Here's the look and the feel. Here's, all the color scheme and the vibe, all that stuff. So I just think it's a great place to start with your content creation for your launch. When you decide to work with me in this VIP day, I have a 4-step framework that we work through. And then on the other side of that is your polished, beautiful copy document full of your sales page copy. So the first thing we do is collect. All right. So I send you this big, massive questionnaire, and it's going to get really deep and interesting, and it's going to help me understand your bigger vision for your launch. So it is literally more than 50 questions long, and I'll just go over a few of them. Some of them are quick, like give me a link to something. Some of them are more in depth. So I would ask you something like, where is your audience most active on social media? Do you have an Instagram crowd? Do you have a Facebook crowd? Do you have a TikTok crowd? Where do you typically promote your offer? Do you have a team to help you? What might be distracting you from writing your sales page for this launch? What's your website link, Instagram link, all those links I'll ask for. Do you have any client testimonials I can read through, or could I interview someone? What sales page do you have any sales pages in the past that have worked great? Do you have any that have tanked? Can I read some of your highest performing emails? Please explain to me the transformation you provide. Tell me more about your offer. Get really specific and granular. I need to know all the details about what's included in the program, the offer, all those things. Have you ever worked with a copywriter before? How was your experience? Was it good? Was it bad? What was the best part? And what are your long-term goals after the sales page is launched? And then kind of housekeeping stuff in there too. Like, are you familiar with Google Drive, or are you familiar with the tech that we're going to be using? And it's literally just it's like documents all in G Suite. Like, we're going to email each other. We'll use like Zoom for our little messaging call, and so the techie side is simple for this VIP day. So that is the collect process, and everything goes into a shared Google Drive folder that you can have, forever access to, where this questionnaire will go. If you have any like inspirational pieces that you want to share with me, like maybe old emails that you still have, or even websites or collateral from like other people that you really like, everything will be collected, the collect phase, into this shared Google Drive folder. Okay, so the next part of our VIP day together in the framework is clarify. So we're going to sit together. The first hour of the day you're going to block that off, and we're going to go through that questionnaire that you sent me, because everyone interprets the questions differently. Your answers might need more specifics. I will need more specifics. I go do these a lot with people, and what we tend to do is we get in our like coachy jargon tone, and we talk about empowerment, and we talk about feminine energy, like all these different kind of fluffy words, and that's fine, and there's a time and place for those, but I'm going to really go in there and get really specific and granular with you through this document that you send over. I'm also going to ask you to explain in your own words some of the different questions. So it might feel a little redundant, but different things come out when you're speaking versus when you're writing. So I'm going to get a really good idea of your voice and tone by speaking with you through this like 45-minute to hour kind of kickoff section of the day, to really inject your energy and like your magic into the sales page on an even like more intimate level, because we'll have this like energetic connection. So it's super important. It elevates the quality of the copy. It makes it easier for me to write, because I can like pick up on where you're coming from, who you're speaking to, all those things. And then as if we might know each other before I write this page for you, but we might be brand new to each other. So I just feel like, especially with creative service providers, and I'm sure you are more than lovely with your freelancers, but sometimes we get feedback presented to us in a certain way where it's like, we're like a human on the other side of this. Okay. So it's always better to connect to someone like face to face through video, even when you're working together and stuff like this, because you're investing, so you want it to be good. I'm, putting my blood, sweat, and tears into this copy for you, so that clarify portion of the day, it's more than just for the messaging, it's for like that human connection and that energetic exchange, and it's just so important. Okay, so now you're off. You're done. Well, there's only one more check-in point on the day, but your work is that questionnaire and that initial messaging call, and then it's on me. All right. So after the clarify phase of the this framework is create. That's when I get to start creating your copy. So you go off and do whatever you want to do for the next couple of hours. I'm going to passionately be tapping away at the keyboard, putting together your sales page copy doc. So it's going to be very, cohesive. There'll be the top header section, mini about sections, testimonials, and we'll explain the transformation, a very beautiful outline structure for your sales page that I'll be filling in with your magicness. That is the create section. So there is a quick lunchtime check-in that we'll agree on a time where you'll just pop in, scan through the copy, just make sure everything is going in the right direction. Give me any quick feedback if you have, and then be on your way for the rest of the day. Then you're done. I take it from there completely until I deliver the finalized document to you. Okay, so it's basically your end of the deal is the questionnaire, our messaging call, and one quick lunchtime check-in. That's just you popping into the Google Doc and leaving comments. We don't even have to do a call or anything like that. So that is the create portion. And then we get to conclude. That is the conclude portion of the framework. And this is where I go in and actually sleep on it. So I'm going to be writing the copy, our whole VIP day. And then I'm going to wrap up in the evening. Whenever I wrap up, I'm going to sleep on the copy, because that is a secret, at least for me. It always gets better when I sleep on it, when I let it marinate a little bit and sink in and sleep on it, and then go in and I will clean it up in the morning for you, do my edits, and that is the conclude part. So I do that early in the morning. So by the time you wake up, check your email in the morning, you're going to have your sales page already set to go in our shared Google document. And that includes SEO optimizations. We typically probably won't do a big SEO push in the H1, H2 with keywords and stuff like that. I feel especially for a lot of coaches, it just doesn't feel like it's to your highest, good, I guess, or most, it's not going to be up long enough for people to search and find the page, right? Because launches are kind of a short-term thing. But the SEO juice that I will give you are all of the back-end meta descriptions and stuff like that, because I think it's just best practice to have all that on your website, and it's just one page, so it'll be a little bit of meta. So that being said, that'll be there, your document, and then I will have a Loom video for you that is explaining each of the different sections. Right? So why I put something here, the hierarchy, the UX, the user experience, why some choices were made that way. And it's also going to be formatted. So it's going to be formatted with H1, H2, H3, not necessarily for SEO value, but as a formatting tool that you can communicate with your designer. So that Loom video that I share with you, there'll also be some kind of layout design recommendations that I'll have, just as far as, because I write with, user experience in mind. So we want it to be scannable. We want it to have a nice flow. So if there's any suggestions I have as far as how it would be laid out or designed, I will make sure to include those in the Loom video. So you have that, you'll have your document, you can share the video with your designer developer, and that's it. And then you're ready to publish it. So it's very exciting, a very fun experience for all, right? And then your sales page will be ready for you to do whatever you want with it. And like I mentioned before, you can repurpose so much of this copy in your social media marketing or your email marketing. You can even use the onboarding questions as content, right? So I'm going to ask you about the transformation that you're providing your client. That's a post. I'm going to ask you about testimonials. You're going to have to pull out some testimonials from me. Those are all posts. What do you know to be true about your offer? How will it help people most? That answer that you're going to give me is a part of a post, right? So this sales page and the questionnaire is just this whole big library of content that you can repurpose on your social media pages. You can use them as topics to speak about in live trainings. You can use them as materials for a masterclass that you're going to be holding, whatever you're doing to promote your launch. all this content is going to be there for you to use however you want it. And also, going through and sitting down and committing to this questionnaire gets your intention and your dream client really clear in your mind. You're like programming yourself to know for certain who you want to work with, how you help them, and you get really clear. And the more clear and certain you are within yourself about what you're putting out there, what you're getting people to sign up for, the easier it is for people to make a purchasing decision. It turns into like that no-brainer situation where you're like, oh, where they're like reading it and they're like, oh yeah. And it's an energetic thing too, right? So you're going in there and you're, first of all, like reading testimonials, for example, is a great way to remind yourself how awesome you are, how worthy you are, how much, you're going to help people with this program. And then all the other questions too are helping you visualize your dream client to like make them manifest into your reality. Like it's like manifestation and visualization 101. But then we use all that work and we plop it into a sales page, not plop. We carefully craft the copy for your sales page. And then it starts doing amazing, wonderful things for you and converting clients. And it's awesome. So that is what I have for you today. So yeah, sales page, VIP days, I'm booking now. So reach out wherever you're listening to this, send me a message, send me an email, whatever, about planning a little intro call so we can chat and I can answer all your questions and we can figure out if and when you're ready to have your sales page written for you. I have a free launch checklist. So like I mentioned funnels before, there's a lot of moving pieces with funnels. And this checklist lists out everything that you're going to have to create for your launch. So like a certain number of promo posts, a certain number of reminder posts, a certain number of emails go out. And there's 3 different funnel types in that checklist. That link will be here, either if you're listening on the iTunes, it'll be in the show notes. And if you're on YouTube, it'll be here. You'll be able to find the link. It's wherever you're listening to this, you'll be able to find it. So launch checklist is there for you. I'm on Instagram at Amy Leisner. I'm on TikTok at Amy Leisner. Check out my website, A18 Media, if you want to chat about any other collabs or anything like that. And that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening. And if you're a mompreneur, you're awesome. You're doing a great job. That's it. I will talk to you next time.